Oh hi. Nouakchott, the capital of Mauritania. The population minus 760,000 people. 2001 assessment. Whereas in the late 60s the population was about 20,000 people. The name of the city in translation from Berber language means the place where wind blows. Nouakchott is located in the Western Africa, in 5 km from the ocean, on the flat coast. 2010. Average height -7–8 m above sea level. He is in 475 km from Senegalese Dakar. The city stands on red clay sands and fine sand from shell rock. Near Nouakchott there were no water sources, neighboring soils are salted. The name of Nouakchott, the Berber phrase meaning the windy place. It is caused by an environment of this area lying in a trade wind zone near the ocean coast. Historically Nouakchott was the fishing village on 500 people which had a small fort described by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. In the downtown the large fish market still works. Mauritania gained independence after entry into force of the Law d'Affaires free on decolonisation of Africa. At the time of declaration of independence of Mauritania before the young state there was a problem of purpose of the capital. The French colonial administration was located in the territory of modern Senegal, and the cities in the territory of the country weren't, and the fishing village on the 3rd National Highway, Nouakchott standing on the middle of a way from Senegal to Morocco, was elected the capital. City building began on March 5, 1958 in 2 km from the historic center. After the French administration of the power of independent Mauritania considered that Bedouins are obliged to settle in the city in order that Mauritania became the modern country. It was promoted by both input of compulsory school education and the certification of the centers of culture and trade, and the reduction of an amount of precipitation which began in the 1940th years and the war in Western Sahara going since 1975, which made the former caravan tracks dangerous to use. It was initially planned that in Nouakchott there will live about 800 people, but his population reached this size in 1963, and the drought of the 1970th years and distribution of the earth by the government fueled growth even stronger. In 1955–1999 the population of Nouakchott grew by 387%, and 1977 for 1988 it trebled. After the growth of the population slowed down because of demographic transition. Because of sharp growth on the outskirts of Nouakchott, slums were formed. His city extended along the roads connecting the central regions with the next Acute, Boutilimit and Roseau. As of 1999 the square of Nouakchott made 1,000 hectares. The legal building in the city is divided into 2 views. Toukeba is an unauthorized occupation of the private earth, usually easy tents, and Gazra, construction of housing on the government-controlled land, in this case houses opposite Dubai stronger to legalize it as constant housing. The greatest number of illegal constructions is located in the areas of El Mina, Arafat, Tinsulilim and Haysakan connecting to the center and also on the outskirts. Touswunin and Arafat. Population 2017.111670. This city is divided into 3 regions which, in turn, are divided into areas. Till 1972 the city was divided into the administrative industrial zone in 50 hectares, the planned dormitory areas 140 hectares, and the unregulated part of the city which isn't falling under the city development plan. Later from the beginning of migration were added to them the western and southern area, and then in 1974, under the housing estate 2 more grounds, in the north and the south. The present areas of Tayeret, Sef and El Mina were allocated. In 1975-1985 to Tevragzain 2,500 individual sites, and were added to Sebke, Tayeret and El Min, more than 16000. This number of sites couldn't say demand. The town planning plan adopted in 1983 had to stop the chaotic growth of the city, but couldn't, as well as the revised plan of 1987. The central regions Kar, Tevragzain, Sef, El Min and Tayeret continued to be condensed. Small apartment houses appeared there. However, the urbanization was constrained by the narrow tarred roads and lack of access to the central source of water and the sewerage. On the other hand, Nouakchott continued to grow uncontrollably along roads because of droughts. Nouakchott differs in droughty climate with hot summer and in the warm winter. Though temperature in the city is high throughout the most part of the year, owing to his arrangement in Nouakchott not so hot, as in some other cities with similar climate. Though the average maximum of temperatures is rather constant at the level of about 32 C, the average minimum can fluctuate from 24 C in summer months up to 13 C in winter months. The average amount of precipitation in the city makes 159 millimeters a year. The most part of rainfall usually falls within August, the only month forming very short rainy season. From December to June of drought don't drop out at all. Economy. There is an international airport Nouakchott Mtunsi opened in 2016. Before the Nouakchott airport functioned. In the city there is also a seaport constructed in 1986 by the Chinese company. A basis of sea trade, export of gasoline and copper. In 195 km to the northwest from the city there are copper mines. There is a food and woodworking industry. Sport. In the city most of the football clubs acting in the Championship of Mauritania is based. Culture and education. The main square of the city, Independence Square. The University of Nouakchott. It is founded in 1981. Institute of Studying of Islam. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.